What's up, y'all? AJ Simmons here, back for another great interview for you guys. Today, I have a YouTube legend in the Black community, y'all. This guy right here is responsible for people having tens, hundreds, even millions of subscribers on YouTube. People will give this guy credit for helping them. So, without further ado, please help me welcome the Oshay Duke Jackson. What's up, man?
Headed to the top, there ain't none of y'all stopping me. Used to say I never get a ring, Charles Barkley. Now I got a wife, got kids, own property. Bubble-eyed beans that look like that be watching me. Okay, I lied about the beans, but that was hard though. I'm still in that black act, but she starred though. Cause that's all it take, I'm flashing for. I'm on my grind, not no motherfucking fashion show.
Man, my brother AJ Simmons getting all the money play. I'm so glad to be on here, man. You're a great businessman and just so knowledgeable. So I'm glad you invited me on to have a conversation today, brother.
Absolutely. I appreciate that, man. So look, let's go ahead and start it off. I mean, the way we both started off. So tell us a little bit about where you're from, who you are.
So yeah, man, my name is Oshay. I was born in Linwood, California, Southern California. I spent a part of my life in Southern California. But I spent my greatest years in Sacramento, California, from a neighborhood called Del Paso Heights. So it's a kind of a rough place. But I ended up finishing at Sacramento State University. Recently, I finished medical school in Europe. So and I'm doing the YouTube thing, and we'll see what goes on from there.
That's what's up, bro. So since you mentioned it, let's just jump into that real quick. So you went to medical school. Congrats on that, by the way, on finishing that. So what made you go into that? Because you already a successful YouTuber and you got these things going for you. So why even go to school? Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So I got my bachelor's of biology a little bit later in life. I was 26 when I finished, but my father is a psychiatric nurse. My auntie was a nurse. My grandmother was a nurse. I have a first cousin that's an OBGYN. So my family was kind of in this, healthcare career. And when I was a teenager, I used to see my dad, going to nursing school and things like that. So I chose that career path because, I wanted to be into, family medicine. That was always been my passion because, I like primary care. I thought that was good for my personality. But I didn't get, start doing really good on YouTube until my second year of medical school. Okay. So that summer coming into is when I started making some money. And then that's kind of like where the crossroads come, because believe it or not, a lot of medical students are now blowing up on social media. Some people are deciding not to even continue on the path. Like there's a guy, Ali Abdal, who I watch from the UK. He's making so much money right now. He finished medical school and he's not going to go into practice, but his content was related to the medical specialties. Mine was not. I was a guy that was in medicine, but my content wasn't healthcare related. Right. So, I was more or less in a black, black kind of sector of YouTube, if you will, stuff like that. But interestingly enough, the talents that I developed when I was still, trying to become a business owner, it just carried over to when I came here. I had some blog that failed. When I came back here, I kind of already understood how that worked. And then so I just started YouTube, and now those same skills I had from there, I developed, just kind of followed me into the YouTube content creation space.
Absolutely. So speaking of the YouTube content creation space, so when did you start, and then what made you want to get into YouTube in the first place?
So I started YouTube in 2014. I had a defunct blog called planetoshayMag.com. It's now defunct, but it was my first blog. I had linked to AdSense. And so when I was I just got fired from Tesla. I got fired. First time I got fired before. And then I was only working for them for maybe 6 weeks. And it was we don't think you're going to be a good fit. So in that time, I decided to apply to medical school. And then I ended up getting in. And so I was YouTubing just kind of for fun. I didn't think nothing of it. I was kind of just doing it in my car. And then I was getting people to watch me. And then once, I kind of figured out, somebody said, turn your AdSense on. I turned my AdSense on my YouTube channel. And the first day I saw I made $30. I said, $30 in a day?
Right.
So once I found that out, then, it was on and cracking. I was actually in 2016 and I never looked back from there. I just, continued to be in the business.
Okay. Now, can you give us an overview about what your YouTube channel is about?
Well, I have several YouTube channels. So I'm in a community in a few communities, but the main community people might know me for is being a part of what is known as the Black manosphere. And that community is about the issues that African-American men go through, kind of giving Black men a voice on certain issues, because, the media has always been in the Black community more or less female dominated. So, you've been on my channel. We try to talk about, like a lot of Black entrepreneurs, what a lot of Black men are doing to overcome adversities and things like that. I'll also cover into some of the celebrity stuff that's going on from a Black male perspective. I do have the King Ghana YouTube channel because I am in the Pan-African community. So we're the number one producers of agricultural content in Uganda, and also probably closer to, East Africa. And then I have a Celebrity Junk YouTube channel now, which focuses on just, African-American celebrity and news-related content.
Gotcha. So I heard you mention the funk. I think I heard you mention the Black manosphere. Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, correct me whenever I go wrong, you got blogs to go to these things, right? The actual websites.
Yeah. This is called Negro Manosphere. Mm-hmm.
Right. So are you monetizing those with just ads pretty much? Like, how are you able to even, like, because people, today people think that blogs don't make money anymore. So I want you to, can you kind of speak on that? Do they actually make money?
They do make money. Mine's because of the kind of content we wanted to, it's supported by our Patreon subscribers. So that's how we're doing it. So some blogs, you can sell products. There's some blogs that, just like YouTube, if you have enough hits, it can be monetized. Some people sell products on their blogs. Our thing is more or less a community blog. So people support us by Patreon or by donations. We've been running like that for like the last 3 or 4 years. But that's how we run ours. There's some blogs that might make $500,000 in a month.
Wow.
Like Black Sports Online, those guys make a lot of money, and they're more knowledgeable than I am. But yeah, hell yeah. If you have a good blog, especially if it's niche specific, you can have courses. The blogs can make a lot of money. It's still a good thing to have. It's a good cash flow if you can build an audience.
Okay. Now I gotta ask you this, because I know everybody that's starting a YouTube channel wants to know, how in the hell do you get a YouTube channel with over 200,000 subscribers? Because some of these people can't even get 200 subscribers, right? So how did you build a channel that big? Like, what are some tips you can give us on that?
Well, I will first, for anybody that wants to start a YouTube channel, and it's a lot more competition. I know you've been on for a minute, and so have I. Now you have people coming in to the YouTube space. You have guys like the lead attorney guys who are already professional people coming in with as much charisma, as anybody else. You guys like pocket watching with JT's an accountant. Yeah. So what you're starting to see now, you're starting to see more content creators who are very niche specific to what they do, and they can reach into the, what's going on in the trending world and make it their own. Like what the lead attorney does. He can go into what's happening with a Cardi B defamation case and then explain it from a legal standpoint, which, that's a very powerful thing, because he has that experience that nobody else has. I would say now that you need to be able to be very niche specific into who you are. Mm-hmm. The problem that I had when I came into YouTube is that when you're first coming to YouTube, you're just making content. Right. You don't really know what you're going to do. So what happens is your channel will go through a series of evolutions, and content strategies changes. And so that's what happened with me. So I was doing one thing, and then I kind of switched, and then some of the old subscribers didn't kind of like that. But I would say, if you have a passion for a certain niche, come into that niche, and then without trying to understand, how to make money, worry about being good. And that's any business, right? Yep. Any business, you want to understand why you're in the business, because every business can make money, but do you know what you're actually doing? YouTube is a very complex business. We talked about that a little bit before. Right. It's complex. Do you understand what impressions are? Do you understand how to do thumbnails? Do you understand editing? Do you understand the machines you need to do to build editing? Do you understand these things? You might not understand them at first, but it's an ongoing process. And can you be consistent? Just like any business owner, there are days you don't want to get up and work. There are days you don't want to get up and do things or coach or take a client. But, this is your business, right? You're going to get out of what you put in, and it may take time, but you have to be able to have a passion to understand and learn the business each and every day. And I think that's what, sets people who are really good creators apart. They're always innovating. And I want to say this. I know some people have quicker successes, let's say, than me. Mm-hmm. There are guys that I've helped on my platform that blew up bigger than me. But what you can tend to see in the Black sector is you see a lot of people getting a lot of money, but then there's no development in the business. So, people not reinvesting into getting more coaching or reinvesting on the quality, or reinvesting in getting some consulting on how the business works. And then within about a year or so, you see that person either declining or getting out of the business. So you have to understand that, YouTube is just like, oh, well, yeah, I got this thing and I made 10 grand this month. And some people look at it like that, and you don't take that money and reinvest it into being good. Yep. And you have to look at this as a business. Just because you're doing it for your house doesn't mean it's a real business, right? It's serious money and it's serious effort. So I think that when you want to first start off by what's your niche, who are the people that you look at that you want to model your channel after, who are those people you respect, what is your strategy, and then take some time to research and try to understand how YouTube works before you just start getting out there posting videos. How does it work? How does your niche work? How do collaborations work? You try to get as much knowledge before you get into it. So when you get into it, you at least have some knowledge of the industry you're trying to reach.
That's gold right there, bro. That's gold. All right. So I see that you put at least 5 videos. Well, I won't say at least, but from what I've seen, sometimes you put out 5 videos a day, and that's just on your main channel. And I know you have more channels. So how are you pulling this off? So interestingly enough, I'm going to kind of go back into about 2018. 2018, I was hanging out in Johannesburg, South Africa. And one of my good buddies is Wode Maya. And for those of you who might know him in the YouTube community, you know who he is. Yeah, I've seen him. Yeah.
He's a personal friend of mine. Okay. So he's like, yo, man, I'm in Kenya. Come through. This time he had about 70,000 subscribers. So I went down there and I met another guy that's named Tati. He was a videographer for Dr. Mumbi, who we were all hanging out. He ended up leaving her and going to DSTV, which is like the South African version of Comcast, or but it's all throughout Africa.
Gotcha.
So anyways, I made a relationship with this guy, and so when I met him, we decided that he would come and work for me in 2020, which he did.
Okay.
I already had a guy that I hired from Upwork. And this is another good tip I want to give people. Upwork, I know there's Fiverr, but I like Upwork more. My first digital editor I got on Upwork, I was able to go and look at what his skills was. I was able to see what his portfolio was, how good he was at Photoshop. They tested all those things for me. He was the first person that I hired. So now at this time, I have about 2 people, right? And then there were some other guys in Uganda that I already knew because I've been there for a long time. So I had 4 or 5 people at that time.
Right.
So once I started going to the celebrity content, celebrity comes out fast, right? So it becomes too much for one person to edit. So we kind of set up this system where the templates would be the same. And the first guy, Dima, and then Satati, they were able to kind of have these templates of how it should go. They showed me how to use Adobe Audition when I was in Uganda. It came from Kenya. And then we created a streamlined system that any editor coming in and working for me can follow it. And it's much more, as the more demand we got for the content, we were able to streamline it. So then guys got faster. Instead of editing an episode, it was 4 hours, it became hour and a half. We were able to get the parts into the country to build these good PCs and good machines. Right. And then so putting these guys where fiber internet was. And that's how you get so many videos, because you have that system around manufacturing YouTube content. If I need to put out 300 videos in a month, I could put out 300, maybe even 350. Wow. So that's $300,000 invest in 7 editors later. So that's how we're able to do it so fast, is because you have so much manpower. 2 guys, one guy might want to work in the morning, one guy want to work at night. It's cool. I have some boom, 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 how the thumbnail is supposed to work. And then you have that. I think I'm the only person in Black YouTube that has the kind of system that I do.
Yeah. I haven't seen it myself anywhere else. And that's why I got to ask you this then, because I could hire all of the editors that I want, right? I actually have one now, shout out to Calvin. And the problem I have is we got the system, it's just the content. Are you dedicating time to make this stuff? Like, are you saying, all right, from today, Monday, every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm going to record something for 5 hours a day nonstop? Like, how are you getting so much content even created to be edited?
Yeah, so typically what I can do is, YouTube's like any other business. Okay. Anything that you do a lot, it's gonna be called skill, right? Because you're gaining skill. Now, I would say when it comes to YouTube, I have somewhat of a natural talent for being funny and talking trash, which is good for my niche. But then it's like, okay, I'm more efficient at getting these out. I can do one takes and things like that. Mm-hmm. So yes, there's certain editors, like you might hear me talk about Dima. If I want something extremely stupid and ridiculous, I know who to get it to, you know? That's going to be Dima or another guy called SDK. He's from America, but he's in Africa right now. So I'll take out a certain amount of time to record those things. One of my guys wants to get up at like 7 or 8. So I'll spend my time all night getting it up, putting it into the Google Drive. When he wakes up in the morning, he knows my flow. Mm-hmm. You know, I lived in Uganda for a whole year. So they know my flow. Right. So he knows what to do. He knows what to, you know, what to get videos through, not to get demonetized, not to put like, you know, somebody nude or blood there. So they know all the rules of how to get videos through to get monetization. And it just comes with a lot of practice. So all your guys, they do this every day. They get fast. You know, they understand how to do it. So, you know, 2 years of doing something like this, you're going to get quick. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, for you to put out this much content and this much effort and learning all of the different things that's required for a successful YouTuber, there's got to be some monetary compensation going on. So I don't need you to tell me how much you're making, but could you just kind of share what somebody could actually realistically make in YouTube if they really were able to get it right?
Yeah. So let me just kind of, before I go in there, a lot of times your subscribers, you know, once you're, you know, being consistent, that's another thing too. You're consistent. Your subscribers will email you stuff. They'll send you stuff all the time. Like, hey, did you hear about this? You hear about that? Yep. But I know guys that can make $1 million in 3 months or 2 months. There's some guys that can reach that. For me, you know, I don't have no problem saying this, but like last year I made $300,000.
Okay.
This year I'll be over $500,000 just on the content.
Wow. So straight YouTube ads and you pulling in that.
Yeah. You can do that. There's guys that even do better than me. If you have guys that sell courses, things like that, they can do it as well. So, but the thing about it is understanding what you're doing. And for me, as much as the money you can be compensated, that's really not in my mind. When it comes to the what I'm doing, I'm trying to be good. Not trying. I want to be. I'm trying to be very efficient at what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. And the way I think about my content is, if a person has 10 minutes in the day, and your video comes up, my video comes up, you're not out of trouble. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
You know, and I look at the money that I'm getting is my strategies in content developing. Because when you get in economic growth, there needs to be development in what you're trying to do. Otherwise, you get stale. So I know there's competition. I know guys are getting good. Guys are catching up. It's my job to make sure that you don't catch up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So and so when I put up a video every 3 or 4 months in this sector, you're going to have a problem if I'm here, and it costs money. A lot of money is spent reinvesting into the business or into the people. You know, like in the last 4 months, I might have spent $80,000 just in whether it's because we do short films too. Right. So stuff like that. You know, do you need a Blackmagic 12K mini Ursa? Do you need 4 Panasonic S5s to do a podcast? So those things that you can't really gauge growth yet, but you're spending money to raise the quality in the business. Because some people look at you, I made 30 grand a month. Let me go buy cryptocurrency with this money. But right. Which is not a bad investment.
Right.
But the thing is that, but how does that hurt your cash flow in this current system? Because I was making $10,000 a month at one point. And when I was making that money, it was reinvested into the current system that I have. And I had to be mindful that this is what's paying me right now. Cryptocurrency and stocks, that pays me later. But the main reinvestment is into the current business right now that I need to grow into. Because when my quality is better, other creators respect me too. And let me tell you that. People don't think about how valuable offering your post-editing services or things to other creators. When you have that infrastructure, all the creators I work with, if it's Kevin Samuels, if it's mediocre tutorial reviews, not that they need to, but if they need like, yo, we need a 2D or 3D animation. I got a guy that can handle that, and I ain't gonna charge you, right? And it's also being a benefit to the YouTube creator community, right? Not just the subscribers. That's where the real influence comes in. But if you don't have that platform where other creators can benefit off of what you have, then you're limited in the business, because you want to be able to say, okay, well, this guy, if he needs me, I'm still valuable. So I also got to be still valuable to the YouTube influencer community also. And I want YouTubers to say, damn, that's a good edited video. Damn, yo, bro. And then we can collab. We can kind of exchange subscriber bases. It keeps me in the game to make those moves, those lateral moves with other YouTubers. And also outside of YouTube is something that's very related. Like I say, short films. Now, short films is a whole different industry, but it's related to YouTube because I already have an audience that can watch it, right?
Right.
So you want to be able to add value to people in those, lateral industries. And as a YouTuber, you don't want to just offer valuable to your subscribers. Look at the other YouTubers that are in your sector that you can have infrastructure for them if they need it. And it creates their own digital economy too, because of based off you have infrastructure and maybe they don't. And that also keeps you relevant.
Man, this is gold right here. Let me tell you something too, because I got a lot of different people right now reaching out to me, like they want to start a YouTube channel, right? And they're saying like they'll upload maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 videos and be like, okay, so how do I monetize? Or people watching, but they're not subscribing. How do I get them to subscribe? Little stuff like this. And what I'm trying to tell them is, look, don't worry about that right now. When I first started, I just uploaded every single day because I wanted to help somebody out there. I knew that if I just get this out there and just keep uploading, then the rest of the stuff will come. And so that's exactly what you basically just drove home, is the fact that if you just focus on being better yourself, right? YouTube is a business in itself. And I think that people really need to realize that it's going to take some reinvestment, and not only with your funds, but also with your time. So
yes,
just go right there, man. I appreciate that for you confirming that for me on that. So, All right, cool. Now, when you first started, because I get this a lot too, when you first started, were you afraid to kind of put yourself out there? Because like I got an email the other day talking about, well, AJ, I want to build my personal brand, but I'm reserved. I don't want to put my face out there. So did you ever go through that? And if so, how did you get over it? Like, what did you do? How did you handle that situation?
No, I'm kind of a person that talk a lot. Like I'm not really so nervous. You know me. I've always been that kind of person. But I consider that people are reserved. Mm-hmm. And what I will say is, whatever you put out online, people can remember it, right? So, so as long as and there's some things I probably said online and wrote some people which I could take back. Right. But I will say, I can understand that you could be, afraid out of your personality. But what I want to tell people is this: you literally miss all the shots you don't take. And if I would have never went to Uganda, I wouldn't have the opportunity to have more editing help. I wouldn't have the opportunities to have access to another economy, access to other talent. Same thing if I wouldn't go to Kenya and meet Walter Maya that day. I could have been like, well, I don't want to go to Africa because it might be dangerous, which it wasn't. Right. But, if you want to do something in life, you're going to have to create competitive advantages for yourself. You're going to have to do it. And that's you'll be going some places that you're a little unsure about, or you're going to have to be uncomfortable. And that's just, if you want to stay there where you are, then that's fine. But the big money and the big opportunities and the big lifestyle changes are going to come with, I'm going to roll the dice. And it's not always rolling dice on just, investing. But sometimes rolling the dice is, okay, I typically don't want to get on camera, but I'm going to do it. Right. And that's also rolling the dice. And, and the thing about it is, people could say something, but listen, you're doing YouTube if you're passionate for you and for whatever your business is, and you might become the best YouTuber in the world, but we won't know it unless you want to get out there. And just everybody's first video is not that great. My first video was terrible. My first 20 were terrible. But again, you want to put yourself out there in life, especially right now with the economy being very uncertain. YouTube is the best place to meet successful. And if this is talking about the Black sector,
Yeah.
I know you're from Virginia. I'm from Sacramento. Right. Now, where we kind of come from, I know Virginia got some successful blacks, but we're going to be honest. A lot of successful blacks in real life hang out with other successful blacks, and we kind of don't have access to them.
Fact.
That's the same way in Oakland or LA. The black elites, they are in person amongst other black elites.
That's it.
But on the internet, if you're successful and I'm successful, it's like, yo, what's up, man? You do this? You know what I'm saying? And you can get access to people that you couldn't. And it might not even be about views. It's about like, I know this person and they've introduced me to something that I didn't know before.
Right.
And sometimes some of the best friends I may have now are people I've never even met. I had a birthday and I had people give me money on my birthday that was more than my own family that I never even met.
Damn.
Damn. So you're talking about that on YouTube. The internet makes everything for the normal guy like me and you. And I know you became a millionaire. I'm on my way. Yep. It makes it, hey, okay, boom. Are we popping? You popping? Well, dang, I want to do that too. And it's boom. And it's just an email away or collaboration away. And then it could change your life. Like, look at the lead attorney. Here's a guy that was an attorney. And I saw him, he had like 2,000 subscribers. Now, he did a lot of all the work himself. Mm-hmm. For the most part, staying consistent. But when I saw the guy, I was like, yeah, man, this guy's going to be good. I checked this channel. I saw him comment. I'm like, yeah. I say, I want to interview you.
Right.
And look at him now. I don't even think he practiced law anymore in 8-9 months.
Right.
But if he wanted to put himself out there, he didn't know it was going to actually interview me, give him an opportunity, nor they pocket watching. But they put themselves out there. And then, you know what? I said, oh, that's a good name, man. Let me interview you. You're going to be some valuable to our audience. Me and Pocket Watching JT, I met him. We had him and lead attorney at the same time. They both had 1,000 subscribers. They're excellent YouTubers. Me and Pocket Watching did a show about last month that has 103,000 views. Right? And look at how his life has changed. Put yourself out there to meet people that can really. Kevin Samuels. Everybody know who he is. Yep. He's another guy that 2017. I just saw Kevin Samuels, image consultant. I said, who the fuck is this? I said, hey man, let me interview you. Rest is history, right?
Right.
Now he built himself up, but look at him now. If he would have never been on YouTube, how could he have ever known? So give yourself an opportunity to do things. Now he's doing shows with Brittany Renner. He's people like every T.I. Everybody knows him now. Everybody's talking about him in Sacramento. But he put himself out there. Put yourself out there to make a change for your life. You only got one.
That's fact, bro, man. People help people who help themselves, man. And it's crazy because you do what I do, but you do it on a bigger scale, really. Because that I didn't even think about this, but like, for example, you name some people that you reach out to and ask to interview. You did the same thing for me. You didn't have to do that because your channel is way bigger than mine, right? You don't need me. I need you too, right? When it comes to that. So, and you just decided to do it. Like, this guy, you know what? You're a good guy. He giving out good information here. Come on the platform. And I do the exact same thing for smaller channels. Right. And only because it's like, you know what? You're doing consistent. Here's a hand up because I wish I had one. And it's like, bam, now you gave me one. You know what I mean? And it just is going to reciprocate, but can't nobody help you if you ain't got no hand out for them to reach out and grab onto to pull up. So that's huge, man.
But let me say this. When I reach out to the people, I never just reach out, oh, I'm going to give you a hand up. But you guys were actually good.
There you go. You already working. There you go.
You're already good and you have knowledge that my audience could benefit from.
There you go.
You're already doing things. You're African American. You're successful business owner. I could tell by the things you're talking about that you're not no scam or something like that. Right. So you're a young guy, you're married, you're somebody, a lot of young black men in our audience, that in our group, that they when they see somebody, they see yourself like, oh, okay, well, man, this is the guy that I could also pattern myself after. Same thing with the lead attorney and Pocket Watching JT. So you guys had competitive advantages that I felt offered value to my audience. Absolutely. And it's not about how big the people are; it's about how much value they bring.
Bam.
So I think so that I did a show with the guy Developing Dad not too long ago, and the guy had over 200 subscribers, only 200 subscribers, maybe that much. But he was a systems engineer, and he had a really good channel, and I really wanted to work with a guy like that because why? Because of his value in his position. He's intelligent, right? And so you have access to people like this on YouTube, and it's the best networking tool in the world for me because. Normal guys like me and you, if we in our cities, it's hard for us to get those kind of people like we can now.
Right.
Because we were coming up, you come from a poor family, the black elite people ain't gonna touch you.
Fact.
They ain't gonna touch you. Because they gonna kind of be on their side of town and you won't even know they exist. Right. But on YouTube, everybody can, if you're somebody who want to work hard on YouTube, hey, let's hook up. Let's boom. People email you. Yo, and next thing you know, you got conferences going on now, people selling merchandise and stuff. You just keep giving yourself a chance to do something.
Right. Absolutely, bro. All right. I got one more tactical question for you, and then we're going to change it up a bit. All right. So one last question. I noticed that you got the Patreon.
Yeah.
And I know how that works, but then I also see, YouTube offers a membership as well. So I just wanted to know for myself, why did you choose Patreon over YouTube? Do you think one is better than the other? And then if so, why?
So the YouTube channel memberships came on a little bit later.
Right. I figured that's what it was, but I won't show.
Yeah. So Patreon, and there's something now called like Buy Me a Coffee, which is actually cheaper than Patreon. You heard of that one before? Yep. Buy Me a Coffee. So Patreon, I like that because with YouTube, they're gonna take like 30%.
Mm-hmm.
So I think channel memberships are really good. If you're a person that does a lot of live streaming. So I'll just use somebody like Kevin Simmons. He used to have a show like Monday through Friday. Mm-hmm. So now he does it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then on Instagram, Tuesdays and Thursdays. So what top creators like Kevin are doing is like, listen, for you to comment in my chat, on my live chat, so make sure you ain't out here just BSing. You're gonna have to be a channel member to comment in my live chat. So just make sure you ain't out here trolling or anything like that.
Right.
So I think that's a good thing if you have people that want to support your channel. But I think more or less if you're a person that streams regularly, right, it's good because it's showing people are supporting your channel by that. Now, also, I think that, if you have a Patreon, you would want them to get off of, because anything can happen. Let's say, for example, if your YouTube channel goes down, something like that, then your channel memberships go down with it. But if you have Patreon, I know some people got like 3,000 or 4,000 Patreons. You got, $20,000 over there, $25,000 on there. It's not likely that your Patreon and your YouTube channel memberships are going to go out at the same time.
Right.
So yeah, I would keep that separately, from that for sure, if you can.
That's a huge one. I ain't even consider that part. That's a big gem right there. All right, man. So one last one before we go to this lightning round. What would you say to somebody watching this video right now? They all pumped up, they inspired a little bit to start their channel and get on YouTube and put themselves out there. But then they still like, but I'm just nervous, or I don't know. Like, you already really said everything anyway, but just go ahead and get one last thing to drive it home. What would you tell this person that's acting like they're scared to get started?
Listen, I was 34 years old, living at home with my mom. 34. Now, I'd already graduated college, but I was there trying to go to medical school.
Right.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you myself, and people laughing at me at this time. You know what I mean, AJ? Like, right, you 34, you can't even bring no girls over to your mama's house, right?
Right.
By the time I was 37, I was just 3 years. It was nothing that I couldn't walk in and buy. And I'm living in Europe. So by the time I was 2018, so 4 years, I was already in the top 10%. Right. Now I'm in the top 1% of earners.
Right.
Now, if money is your motivation, let that be. But also, what it also be is that I have a lot of autonomy in my life.
Right.
I don't have nobody. I don't have to get up at a certain time. And then I have the U.S. international market wherever I go. So that's something that if you want to live somewhere else, you want to have that money take you into another international market to do something, you want to be able to, have some really good investments, take care of your kids, take care of your wife, or just have other opportunities. If you're a person that wants to build, and I always talk about building your own bridge, with what you're doing on as an entrepreneur, building your bridge to what's going to be lateral, or if you want to make a lot of lateral moves, help you on social media. What do I mean by that? You're a YouTuber, but you want to do comedy. You're a YouTuber and you want to do film. You're a YouTuber and you want to do boxing. Like, those are entertainment related. Those are kind of lateral things, right? Mm-hmm. But if you want to go vertical in things, maybe you're the executive producer of something now, and all of those things are good. If you're in the business world, all those things help you. It's a life-changing thing. if you stick with it. Because you can still develop your other skills in the YouTube at the same time. It's two different things. It's a life-changing thing. We're not talking about, like, if you really hate your job or you hate your boss, and if you have a really good 5 or 10 year plan, this is life-changing. Like, I know what it feels like now, AJ, to be able to go anywhere. And if I need a first class ticket tonight, go anywhere. Like right now.
Yeah.
Only thing that'll stop me is that I don't have a PCR test at 9 at this time of night right now. But if I want to go, I'm never worried about the price. I haven't worried about the price of anything in 4 years. Ain't nothing that I cannot buy for myself, nothing I can't do for myself. And the reality is that I keep getting more connections, more people that know me, more people I can do things with. I become more valuable, and I have more opportunity. I create more opportunities for myself. And that's what entrepreneurship is about. It's about, when you're working for somebody, you don't think like that. But when you are by yourself and you're an entrepreneur, you have to kill what you eat. And if you're that kind of person and you're a go-getter, then this is the arena for you. If you want to compete and get out here and really make something happen, especially in the Black sectors where it's underserved. Because see, the Black sectors, I know your content is not necessarily at Black, even though you're a Black business owner, right. But in the Black sectors, that's where all the opportunity is. We're the most underserved people in Black America. So right. If you want to come out here and just, even in the Black sector, can make you $1 billion. I mean, it's $1 billion industry. There's so much money out there every day. I can't even get it. It's not even possible. If I was making $30,000 a day, it'd be a drop in the bucket. Yep. It's still a joke. Man. So yeah, do it for yourself, man. Do it for your family. Do it for your kids.
Damn, man. He murdered that shit. Hey, look, if you won't get started after that, I don't know what I really don't know what you would do. I can't help you. All right, man. We're gonna jump into this lightning round and then we're gonna wrap it up. So the way that what lightning round works is I say a word or a phrase, you tell me the first thing that comes to mind, and I'm gonna do it special for you. On this one, I'm gonna say a word or a phrase or a YouTuber, and you tell me the first thing that comes to mind. Okay. All right. So first word is let's see. Let's do favorite music genre.
Favorite 90s rap. Okay, young stuff. We OGs now, so we not.
Okay. All right. Well, we got to follow up with this one. Top 5 rappers all time.
Top 5 rappers all time. So you got to put Rakim up there.
Okay.
My man Jay-Z.
Okay.
Biggie.
All right.
Nas.
All right.
Got to put Tupac.
I was going to say you ain't gonna let that go without Pac.
I'm on the West Coast. I'm on the West Coast. Snoop is actually my favorite rapper, but he ain't like Tupac though.
He definitely underrated though. Snoop get left off that list too many times, man. But all right, Snoop, what else we got? Let's see. All right, fine. We'll do some YouTubers. How about lead attorney?
So many good words to explain here. He's very charismatic. He's my guy, so I have to say, man, he's a very charismatic, entertaining, and he's the only guy that I know. He can spend an hour long without even getting to the topic and reading super text. People love him. He's a very talented guy. He's a very charismatic guy. Yeah.
All right, JT Pocket Watcher, since we mentioned him.
Pocket watching.
There we go.
Hey, that brother's fast titties. I was thinking, he always searching for what y'all doing wrong, man. He's another guy that made what he does. He's fast titties. I mean, he's paid attention to the detail of crooks, right? But another guy, fast titties, entertaining. He's an excellent YouTuber.
Okay,
excellent.
How about Erica Williams?
Erica Williams, balling.
Okay,
that's my girl.
All right, I'm gonna do a different one. How about Dr. Boyce Watkins?
Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm trying to be nice today. I gotta be nice, or I gotta just. What you want me to say? You want me to be real or be right?
I don't listen because I don't know what I would say. I think your feelings on him is probably the same as mine. Well, but I'm always gonna speak nicely though.
I think I would say this. Dr. Boyce Watkins is definitely informative, depending on the topic.
Okay.
But I would say if your YouTube channel, I would model mine up to his because Boyce Watkins doesn't reinvest into he doesn't take the business serious. Okay. And for for a guy to his level, as much as he talks about Black business, if you're a business owner and your channel looks like his, that's a problem because he should have more development. Like if Dr. Boyce Watkins was a white person, his channel won't look like that. It will look better.
Right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Kevin Samuels.
The GOAT. Yeah. He's the GOAT. He's a guy that not too many YouTubers are better than me. Yeah. I believe he's one of them. And the reason why is Kevin Samuels is he's very cerebral when it comes to strategy. Because YouTube, anything, sports, if you like football, a lot of those athletes are strong, a lot of them are fast. But it's all about strategy. And when you talking about I would say cerebral. When you talk about calling plays on your YouTube channel, it's like your own offensive coordinator.
Right.
And Kevin Samuels understands not only YouTube, but he understands Instagram.
Mm.
So he's the first person. So he understands why he's going to do something. He's just on another level in comparison to any other guy I know as far as what he's trying to do. Yeah. He's very, 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 very cerebral.
Yeah. All right. I like that. Okay. Instagram. That's the word, Instagram.
So I say it's the future. Because I think that for me, seeing Kevin Samuels on Instagram, especially if you're a business, so many young people, man, are on Instagram all the time.
Yeah. And
I think I'm losing a big opportunity by not understanding how it works.
Yeah.
So I think it's engaging there, improving the platform. There's IGTV. A lot of celebrities are there. I think really it's probably equal to YouTube and to what it can do. So I think, it's definitely, it's just as important if you're a business owner to be on IG. If you have a product, for sure.
Well, then after that, we got to go TikTok. What do you think about TikTok?
So TikTok, it's not the future, it's here, right? I think TikTok, because Instagram is a little bit different because Instagram allows you to post and videos, but those short Vine sort of videos, especially with that younger crowd, it's amazing, man. Like I haven't got over to the platform yet to understand how it works, but it is also, if you're a business owner and you have things, those other platforms, Instagram, TikTok, you definitely want to be there. And even Kevin was telling me I need to be over there, so I'll be joining over there, soon, because again, it's a whole other network. You got people on Instagram and TikTok that don't do YouTube, right? You got people on Instagram like Brittany Renner that's not a YouTuber, but she'll people will hang out with you on one platform and not the other.
Right. That's fact.
So, each platform offers its own, there are different ways of skinning the cat.
Absolutely. All right. AJ Simmons.
AJ Simmons, knowledgeable. The thing about AJ Simmons, I was watching you even for a few years ago. I would just come in, you go live or super chat. Mm-hmm. You're knowledgeable in the field. You understand why things happen in the cleaning industry. You can explain it, right? And you can talk about it from different perspectives. And you were a full-fledged businessman. I think you could have did any business and been very successful. But I learned a lot, and you can explain why things happen in the business. How to get contracts for clients and things like that. And I think that more of us from your story, from where you came from to where you are now. It just goes to show how much potential we have as far as young Black men in the Black community, what they can do. And we need more guys like you. Now, I salute you. That's why whenever you need me to come, I'll definitely try to make it, because I respect what it is that you do. You're a married man. You take care of your family. You're successful. I think it's amazing from where you came from.
I appreciate that, brother. And then my last one, let's give out some underrated YouTube channels that come to your mind.
Underrated. Okay. So there's the Obsidian Media Network.
Okay, never heard of him.
That's the guy that is really the founder of the Black Manosphere 2.0 edition. So what we are, our community, he's been really a really big advocate for Black male media.
Okay.
A lot of times Black men, we were not used to having anything over here, and now you see. You have now more Black male meetups and guys, trying to do things. He's very good, underrated. Erica Williams.
Okay.
We know her. My brother Antoine Wade, NBA. Okay. I don't know if I introduced you to him before.
Never heard of him.
NBA from Georgia Tech.
Okay.
He has the Black Heights YouTube channel. Very successful guy, super successful out there in Austin, Texas right now. Andre Hatchett. Another
Okay.
business channel. You heard of him before?
Oh yeah. I have heard him. Yep.
Yeah. Very, very good guy. Who else that I know of that's underrated? That I see that I would say, damn, this person should have more subscribers. Let me see. I know I'll probably forget when I get off, but let me look and see if I see here.
Okay.
So there's one channel that I was saying, the Film Booth YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
These guys give advice to content creators. You hear about guys like Daryl Eves.
Yeah.
You hear about guys like Brian G. Johnson.
Okay.
He's another guy. I think it's underrated. Daryl Eves, Nick Nimmin, guys like that. The Video Creators YouTube channel. But I think these guys Film Booth out of the UK. These guys are really, really special. So if you're a new YouTuber, you guys want to work with them, I think they're probably the best guys I'm seeing out right now, more innovative guys. So Film Booth, check them out. Guys are really, really good. I'm going to become a client of theirs. And they're really, 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 really special.
Okay, cool, man. Well, I appreciate you taking out the time, joining me up here. And you were generous with your time too. So I truly appreciate that, brother. And anything else that I can, if there's ever any time I can help you, definitely let me know. And I just want to thank you again. And how can we follow your journey going forward if we wanted to follow you or see your content or anything?
Yeah, Oshay Duke Jackson. My main channel, I have Ken Gonda YouTube channel, which is it's more of the Pan-African kind of feel, things that's going on in the Black world, and also the Celebrity Junk YouTube channel. So guys, feel free to follow. I know I get a lot of emails, but if you mention AJ Simmons, I might respond to it. So I thank you, brother, for having me on, and thank you so much. And I'm always delighted to come on and talk about this. So thank you so much again, family.
All right, thanks, brother. We'll be in touch, man. Thank you. Thank you for watching my video, and make sure you hit that like button if you liked the video, because I know you did, and also hit subscribe, and right beside that subscribe button is going to be a notification bell. You gotta click that, because guess what? You never know when I'm gonna go live. As a matter of fact, I might go live right now, so make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss my videos, all right? And if you want to start or grow your business, check out cleanbiznetwork.com, all right? We have cleaning business starter kits. We have a lead generation service to help you grow your cleaning business, all type of stuff. And also, don't forget to download the Calculated Clean mobile app as well, all right? So that's what I got for y'all until you click another video and go watch, man. Watch another video, why not? Binge on it, let's go.